Hi there. I am looking at some other things, which is why I didn't hop on right at 7. But guess what? I want to share with you today how, when wonderful things happen, but it's a change and something you're not accustomed to, how you can keep from being overwhelmed with stress. We're going to be talking about how to keep how to keep good changes from causing overwhelming and bad stress. Phew. We're going to do that in just a moment. Hi there. Welcome to Stress Talk Live with Marcyline. This is the place where we help women over 40 to live healthier lives through strategic stress management and solution focused self care. I'm Marceline Bailey, and I'm so glad that you joined me today. Today, I'm going to share, I'm just going to share a little bit of myself with you today. And I hope a lot of these things will work. I'm not so sure they will, but we're going to try. We're going to see if they will work. Because I'm not totally, totally prepared today. But that's okay because um, you know, as with other things, I am I'm going to go with what I got. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going with what I have. Right now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I'm doing because I want to share some things with you today, and in order to do that, I need to I really need to um, make some slides. So I am actually creating a few slides right now, which I think is just so funny that I'm on here and I'm able to do this um, real quick on the fly. So if you'll give me just a few seconds and bear with me, I'm going to actually do this real quick. You know, technology is really wonderful. And when you know how to use technology, that's even better. And I'm not saying that I am, perfect with using technology, but there are a few things that I do know how to do. And so that's why I am like real quick, like um, doing this. So bear with me. I appreciate your patience, and then we'll get started with what we need to talk about today. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now let's see. Let's see if this will work. I'm gonna leave that as is, and I'm gonna try something else. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to see if that works. So we're going to do this we're going to do this on the fly. So if it falls flat, just bear with me. That's just part of being live because I am definitely experimenting today, right now. First and foremost, as always, please follow, and subscribe to ML Bailey Consultants on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Please do that because that helps me. That lets me know that the content that I am sharing um, there are things that you want to hear and that they're helpful to you. So please do that for me. Also, if you want to know more about ML Bailey Consultants, um, just go to Tap Link. This is my Tap Link, and it has links to different pages and sign up forms, especially for my newsletter. So please feel free to do that as well. And as always, you can always go to our website. I have revamped it, and I'm going to show you our new website before we go off air today. Okay, so right before we're done, I'm going to show you, or somewhere in the midst of this, what we're doing today, I'm going to share that with you because it is all updated. I'm kind of really, not kind of excited, I'm very excited about it. Okay, so what are we talking about today? We're talking about how to keep good changes from causing bad stress. And when I said that I'm sharing a little bit about myself today, I am. I want to share. Um, I just want to share with you something that I've been dealing with and going through, and having to face. And it's not anything bad. It's really something good. But as we know, change is hard. And whenever we're faced with change or a transition, it can be very difficult for us because we are moving into something that's unfamiliar. It may be slightly familiar, but we don't know all the details. People are creatures of habit. We like things to be predictable. We like to um, we like things to be stable. We like things to be in a way that we know and we can anticipate, because that's how we feel safe, stable, and secure. Well, when we're facing something that's very difficult and it's a difficult change, of course it causes our stress levels to go up, right? And we're overwhelmed because we're trying to figure out what we need to do. Likewise, when we are facing a transition that is a good thing, and it can be very promising and it can be beneficial to us, it also can cause our stress levels to go up. And there are various reasons for that. And that's something that I've been going through recently since the beginning of the new year. I've been going through somewhat of a transition, and my stress level, I've noticed that it it's creeped up. It's very interesting to me that um, I have these stressful moments that are bigger because of something that is really good, something that's going to be beneficial in my life and in my career. The thing is, that's how we are. We like predictable, we like stability, we don't like change. And so I wanted to share a little bit of my journey with you, and wanted you to kind of bear with me as I do so. So let's see if this is going to work. I hope so. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to see if I can add um, add something here. And as I said before, this is going to okay, here we go. So I'm going to add this, and hopefully it's going to, well, there you go. What do you know? I'm going to add it to our little screen here. So about 12 years ago, I started my private therapy practice. And it was something that I didn't talk a lot about. And I didn't talk a lot about it because I wanted to, I don't want to say that I was ambivalent about it. I'm working a full-time job and I wanted it to be I didn't want it to grow. I wanted it to be rather small. And so I kept it small because, um, as I said, I didn't want it to grow. But a few years ago, I decided that I thought I wanted it to expand a little bit. So in the location that I was in, um, I got uh, a door marquee. So I put this on the door, and I thought it was really nice, and it is. It's very nice. It's very nice. I loved it. And this is my door, by the way. It's the door going into that particular office. But my office was in a location where unless you knew where it was, you could miss it. So for 12 years, I really had a private practice that I kept um, incognito. And I used to tell my clients that hey, this is, my location is incognito, and that helps protect your privacy. But it was really protecting mine, to be honest with you. Over the years, I've changed. As you can see, this is how I looked a few years ago, and now look at me now. And I'll change my hair again, but I've changed. I brought this picture up because as we change, because remember, change is the only thing that is constant. As we change, our views about life and our views about our life situations will change as well. And so, although I wanted my practice to stay quiet initially, I really began to think about what I was going to do at such time as when I retired from my full time position, or at such time as, yeah, what was I going to do with it? Was I going to keep it the way it was, or was I going to grow? Well, I don't know. Here, I said I was in a place where I wanted to dress things up a little bit more. So I started getting pictures taken of myself, and I was adding those um, to my website. I was adding them to my Facebook page, to my Instagram account, because I said, oh, let me spruce things up. But I was still ambivalent about the direction that I was going. As you can see here, this is my Facebook page. I upgraded, or I did made some changes to the banner of my Facebook page at that time. Again, because I was saying, well, let me spruce things up. But I was ambivalent about the direction I was going to go. This is where I am now. This is my new office. I had to go through a process to get from where I was to where I am going now. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. I needed to get to a place where instead of bouncing around, being ambivalent. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you so much. I'm going to tell you about what's happening in my life right now. I had to get to a place where I was able to make a decision about my direction. And that's really what I want to talk to you about today. The first thing that I want to talk about, oh, let me go back. Ambivalence. I used the word ambivalent. I was ambivalent a long time about this private practice, about where I was going to go, if I was going to go anywhere. And so I really needed to make a decision about, is this something that I really want? Not only is change a stress-inducing event, ambivalence is as well. When we're ambivalent about a situation, ambivalent about a decision, it increases our stress levels. Because remember, stress is a physical response to an unspecified stimulant. And so or stimulus. So when I was ambivalent about what I was going to do, it was like I was off keel. I couldn't go in any direction because I was so, maybe I'm going to do it, maybe I'm not. Oh, I'm going to do it now. Yeah, I'm really not going to do it. Where am I going? I don't know. So ambivalence is something that will increase your stress. I knew I needed to change because I had changed. When opportunities come to us, we really need to consider, have I changed? And am I in a place where I can really accept and appreciate the opportunity that's in front of me? I really needed to make a decision about whether I wanted to expand, whether I was going to keep the practice. I needed to decide what I wanted to do. I couldn't really until I sat down and really spent some time with myself. I started meditating, and I've shared this. I started meditating 40 minutes a day, and I still do. It has done wonders for me. And that's one of the reasons why I will be teaching it shortly, while I'll be introducing opportunities for you to learn with me, learn how to meditate using mindfulness. But I really needed to decide whether I wanted to continue my practice. That was the basic. Do I even want to do this? The second question I needed to decide was, do I want to do it but change it in some way? And then the third question I needed to decide was, do I just need to throw it all out and just quit? Do I just need to stop what I'm doing? Because I had to come to grips with, I'm not being effective, not in the practice, but I wasn't being effective as a business person. I was throwing a lot of money away. I was chasing after shiny objects in this business that I was doing. I was going after a lot of shiny objects. So I really needed to make a decision as to what I really wanted and what I wanted to do. So how did I do that? I looked at the pros and cons of making the change, as well as whether I was going to stay or whether I was going to go. So basically, I decided to research my options. Now, I know you're saying, well, what does this have to do with good changes? Because, you're talking about your life. Well, I am sharing my life because I want you to understand when I'm talking about some of the things that I share, it's because I'm going through it or I've gone through it myself. When we are trying to keep our stress levels down, when we're looking at considering change that is good for us, first of all, we need to decide, is it something we really want? That's the first step. And that was a step that I had to go through. Is this something that I really want? And then second, we need to look at the pros and cons of taking that step, staying as is, or just throwing it out altogether. And that's the second thing that I did. I looked at what will it take for me to continue in this practice and be an effective business person. As a therapist, I think I'm pretty good. I've gotten really good feedback from clients, current clients, as well as past clients. As a business person, I could be more effective because by using the skills that I've learned, the skills that I've gained from others, and also the opportunities that I've had to learn from other business people. So for me, I really needed to do some research, and I also needed to figure out what it would take for me to stay or to change what I was doing. I also needed to consider whether I was up for the challenge. As I said, as a therapist, I believe I'm pretty competent. Thank you, Belinda. I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate it. As a business person, there are a lot of things that I needed to put into place. Supports, as well as structures and systems that work for me. So the question I had to answer was, am I up for the challenge? The third thing I needed to consider as I was looking at the pros and cons are what did I need? What did I want? And my abilities. In terms of what I needed, I knew the systems that I needed to put in place. In terms of what I wanted, I had to make a decision as to how hard do I really want to work, right? And is this really what I want? If I'm going to be all in, or am I going to stay on the fence, or am I going to pull out completely? I knew I couldn't stay on the fence. So the only choices I had were to be all in or to pull out completely. So the second thing that we need to look at if we want to keep bad stress or overwhelming stress down when we're looking at good change is we need to look at the pros and the cons of making the change or staying as is. And then finally, we need to decide. We need to decide on what the best outcome is. What's the best outcome for you personally? What is the best outcome for you professionally? And that's what I needed to come to. What was the best outcome for me personally? And what was the best outcome for me professionally? Okay, so I talked about what do I really want. As I said, I started this practice 12 years ago. 12 years ago, 12 years ago. And it has stayed in the same place, in the same place for 12 years. It grew a little bit, but it was stagnant. It wasn't moving. And so I needed to decide again, am I going to be all in? And what was that going to mean for me? You too will need to do that. Decide your best outcome. I decided that I was going to be all in. And that's why you see this picture. This is a picture of my new office. I moved into a new space and I am collaborating with a physician. It was an opportunity that came to me, which is really funny, after I decided I was going to make the change to be all in with my practice. And these are my new digs. Not only are these my new digs, it comes with lots of benefits. Lots of benefits for me. Yes, 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 yes. That's exactly what I've been saying, Belinda. Yes, yes. It comes with a lot of benefits. And benefits meaning I will have, I won't be on my own. I will have a team that I'm working with, and I'll be able to consult easily, and it's just a better situation for me altogether. The other thing that I wanted to share with you is that I have done some revamping, and let's see if I can do this. I'm going to share my screen with you because I also want to show you my new website. It's only new because it's been updated. I hope you can see that. See my new website? Yeah, there we go. That's my new website. I am so excited about it. Um, it is current. It shows it shows how to get an appointment with me. It shows what I'm providing. It shows my services, the services that I'm offering, as well as links to some of my resources. I'm very excited. Let's see. Can I go here? Let's see if this will work. Going to my services page. There you go. How about that? It tells you exactly what I'm offering. Therapy in the areas of grief and loss, anxiety, depression, and women's concerns. I also offer EAP assistance as well as mindfulness meditation. I will be teaching how to do awareness practices. I am very excited about it because, again, it allows me to share those things that I'm offering. Thank you. I love it too. I love it too. This is I want to share a little bit before I close. I also want to share a little bit about the opportunity. Once I decided that I was going to be all in this practice, I actually got a phone call from an individual that I know, a physician, who said, "Hey, I'd like to see if you might be interested in this opportunity." There it is. The doors opened. So I'm not saying that that opportunity wouldn't come. I am saying that when I went through the process of deciding what I really wanted, looking at the pros and cons as it related to me, and then deciding on my best outcome, the opportunity presented itself. And that's how I have been able to keep bad stress, overwhelming stress down so that I can appreciate the good changes that I am experiencing right now. Well, that's it for now. I want you to go to the website and check it out. Check it out. Also, let me know if some of the links aren't working. I know that one may not be working, but check out the website. Let me know if it's working. Let me know what you think about it. I really look forward to hearing from you. With that's all for now. I'll be glad to see you again next week as we continue to share stress tips and healthy tips for women over 40 as we continue with Stress Talk Live. I'm Marcyline Bailey. Take good care.